Fernandez, 21 years of age, born in the Dominican Republic, of a Spanish father and a Cuban mother, but now living in Miami, Florida, and as you can see, ranked 8th in the world and the number 3 seed here. Mary Jo has never taken a set of Steffi Graf in 9 previous meetings. There's the 3 most recent ones. They last met, as you can see, in the Olympics in Barcelona, of course also on clay. And Graf winning pretty comfortably on that occasion. I was lucky enough to be there. In Valdebron in the north of Barcelona. Glorious weather then. Not quite so glorious this afternoon. A lot of cloud all over Europe, it seems, and still well, a little bit cool. Here's John Bryson, a policeman from London. And those of you who were watching our coverage yesterday afternoon will know that this is a very popular tournament with the British umpires, a lot of them out here for many years. And there's a very close relationship between the British Tennis Umpires Association and their counterparts in Berlin. And British officials have been coming to this tournament for many years. John has umpired a men's singles final at Wimbledon, and one of the senior members of the British Tennis Umpires Association. He's on the Committee of Management. Mary Jo, of course, working for the last 18 months or so with Harold Solomon, former top tenor from the men's tour. Renee Stubbs on the left of your screen, next to Heinz Guntard. Renee Stubbs, good Australian player, and a friend of Steffi, and Heinz Guntard, of course, Steffi's coach. Graf to serve, first of the semi-finals. Some doubt about how many balls on the court, I think.
Say 15.
So Graf quickly into her stride, delightful little touch and good disguise on that drop shot. Heinz Guntard, who started working with Steffi at the beginning of last year after her long-time partnership with Pavel Slosel had been ended. Heinz from Switzerland, a former Wimbledon junior champion himself.
Spiel, game Graf. Spiel, first game.
So very much a social occasion, as well as a sporting one at the Rot-Weiss Club, the cream of Berlin society, and a daunting prospect for Mary Jo. Terribly difficult to come out against someone you've never won a set from in 9 previous matches. You've got, of course, to still have a positive approach and say, this is the one, this is the time I can turn it all around. But Steffi's got an extraordinary record. Has only lost to 9 players. In the last 6 years, since the beginning of 1987. Navratilova, Sabatini, Shriver, Selish, Sanchez Vicario, Novotna, Garrison, Capriati and McNeil.
Fernandez.
Steffi's the champion here 6 times in 86, 87, 88, 89, 91, 92. Mary Jo's best performance, semi-finalist last year, lost to Arantxa Sanchez Vicario. Just 1 or 2 signs that Graf hasn't completely found the range on the forehand. She was desperately unhappy with it at the start of her match against Sabine Hack, a fellow German, in the 3rd round, with Hack winning the first set 6-love.
Saying bye 15 all. Sorry, Fontaine, 30-15.
This is an aspect of her game that Mary Jo and Harold Solomon have worked on an awful lot, the aggressive side of it, which is a bit ironic because Harold was a real defensive player in his day. When Mary Jo came into the press conference after she'd beaten Gabriela Sabatini in the semi-finals of the Australian Open last year and talked about how Harold has made such a difference to her aggressive game, most of us fell about ourselves with laughter, remembering the manner in which he used to play the game. And there's the rolled backhand that we all know Graf possesses.
30 all.
Even if she doesn't always display it. So clever tactics from Graf. Fernandez is not known as one of the quickest movers around the court. And so 2 drop shots in succession. And Mary Jo trying to be much too delicate, having run down that one. And an immediate break point opportunity for Graf. Steffi taken a bit by surprise there. I think she thought the drive from Fernandez was going out.
Einstein, deuce.
But it ended clearly in. Yes, there you can see well inside the baseline.
Check him off, please.
Fernandez going to have another look at it. And she accepts that it was indeed good.
First service.
So the score remains a deuce. Well, that's good play from Fernandez. Consistent driving with fine length.
Advantage Fernandez.
And pinning Graf into this backhand corner, giving her no chance to escape from it. Now, those of you who've listened to me over the years will know what I'm going to say. Why doesn't she do that more often? That's a glorious shot. That's as good a backhand down the line as any woman in the world can play. And if only she'd do it more often. But there we are. Already both these players settled into some fine form.
Advantage Fernandez.
Mary Jo contributing hugely to the quality of play at the moment. Looking very determined out there, and takes some courage to go for the winner off the bouncing ball when you're that near the baseline. Yeah, found the line.
One game more, first set.
To have come through a tough opening service game should give the American a good deal of confidence.
Fontaine, 15 love.
What she really ought to have done there, I felt, was follow in the big forehand rather than hesitate and not quite get into position properly for the smash.
Rising Fontaine, 30-15. Fifth Fontaine, 40-15.
Well, I just wonder if maybe Steffi is getting into her head that she has to play that shot from time to time. She can rely on the slice, the backhand slice, as her stock in trade, but when she's got the opportunity to go for that shot, she has the confidence to go for it. It will make an enormous difference to her. Oh, that's a fine shot too in response. Fernandez serving notice that anything short on the second serve is going to be clobbered. Well, it's a good competitive start to this match. Game's going with serve. Graf leads 2-1 first set. We'll be back in a moment or two.
This is crazy. I gotta get out of here. But where do I go?
We're looking for a planet with atmosphere, where the air is fresh and the water clear. We're humans from Earth. We're humans from Earth. You have nothing at all to fear. Nothing we're gonna like again.
The Life Height Dryer, the only one with slide-away lines. Clean lines, clean clothes, unique to Life Height only.
Ach, eine neue Uhr?
Das Allerneueste. Eine Funksolar.
Eine Funk was?
Also, Funksolar geht nicht nur funkgenau, kein Aufziehen, kein Einstellen oder Umstellen auf Sommer- und Winterzeit.
Sondern?
Auch keine Batterien. Den Solarzellen genügt normales Licht.
Und wo kriegt man sowas her?
Von meiner Frau.
Junghans. Uhren mit Ideen. Jetzt neu. Die Mega Solar von Junghans.
All the goals, all the action, all the emotion that the stadiums can offer. Eurogoals brings you the best championship action from across Europe. Results, league tables. Eurogoals, your weekly European football roundup, is brought to you by Peugeot. Eurogoals, Monday, 11 p.m. here on Eurosport.
So now then, can Mary Jo Fernandez, serving with new balls, close out this first set and win her first ever set against Steffi Graf in their 10th meeting? 5-4 the American leads. Well, at times you feel that all Mary Jo has to do is keep the ball in play, and Steffi's going to present her with the point.
By 15 all.
Well, Steffi had to really cope with an awkward shot into her body here and get out of the way of the ball very quickly and improvise. And the fact that she didn't go back to the backhand really caught Fernandez by surprise.
Fontaine, 30-15.
Well, that's a sign of growing confidence, serving and volleying, or at least attempting to. Oh, and that's a peach of a shot.
Rising Binder, 30-all.
To hit a winning drop shot from this far back. He's standing straddling the baseline, and it was hit to absolute perfection. No one would have run down that one.
Benzig, 40-30.
Set point for Mary Jo Fernandez. It's out, and Fernandez has won her first ever set against Graf. It took just under the hour.
Fernandez 6-4. Despite of that, second set. Ausschlag Graf. Graf to serve.
And there's the frustration. What am I doing out here? Well, now then, what's Graf's response going to be? To win a set against her is one thing, to beat her is of course another. But will she beat herself?
Nol Fontaine, 15.
Well, Graf deliberately taking all the pace off this shot, forcing Fernandez to play the low volley, and how well the American read it and came forward and created the angle.
Fontaine rising, 15-30.
Well, noticeable in that rally, there were two topped backhands from Steffi, and one of them from a defensive position as well, where she really didn't have a lot of time to make the shot. Some sort of disturbance in the crowd. Yes, that was a very poor drop shot this time from Graf. Way too deep.
15-40.
Now then. With the thought of a Berlin final without Steffi Graf, it's unthinkable. It hasn't happened since 1984. But we're beginning to think it now.
Live 30-40.
So it's Fernandez who continues on a roll as the second set gets underway. And we really begin to think of the possibility of a huge upset here. Join us again after this commercial break.
Before the competition, you can barely breathe. Life with her is a life with sport. Fighting with her, knowing every move, building her up, being there 100%. And when she shows me how to turn a weakness into a strength, then I know she's reached her true goal.
This is the Rot-Weiss Club in Berlin on semi-finals afternoon in the Lufthansa Cup German Open. And Steffi Graf a set down against Mary Jo Fernandez, something that's never happened before. Mary Jo never having won a set before. Has just taken what's known as a comfort stop on the trade in the trade. In other words, a nip to the loo. One just wonders, though, whether Graf, having won the last two games, has got her game together again. Oh, well, I wouldn't have his job. These are the overhead to power cables of the railway line, I think, around the back. Never had a head for heights myself. So Fernandez 1-2 down, second set, but a set to the good. Well, the majority of time she's used the drop shot. She's been very successful. I think of one not so long ago, though, that was way too long. Plum on the line. Total skid through off it.
Yeah. 15-30.
As you can see, just caught the back edge of the line. Remember, if any part of the ball touches any part of the line, that's good in tennis.
Rising by 30 all.
The director enjoying showing the reaction of Graf to her mistakes. She feels she's getting too tucked up on the forehand shot, not giving herself enough width, getting too close to the ball.
Rising 30-40.
Break point then.
Einstein, deuce.
Graf has now had 4 break points, which she hasn't converted. Fernandez 7. Fernandez, of course, has obtained 1 more break of serve. 3 to Graf's 2. There's great relief all around the stadium when Graf finally makes a smash.
Advantage, Graf.
1 out of 4, the ratio now.
Einstein, deuce. Advantage, Fernandez. Deuce.
Third deuce of this game. Longest one in the first set had 7. No, Graf is not the player to drop shot against, and certainly not when the drop shot isn't tight enough to the net.
Advantage, Graf.
Steffi very comfortably running down this shot. Having bags of time to play the ball, which was still above the height of the net. So a third break point of this particular game. And getting tucked up too close to the body in attempting to run round the backhand.
Fortar, advantage, Fernandez. Spiel again, Fernandez. Zweiter, 2 games all, second set.
And of course, the longer Fernandez can keep on level terms in this second set, the bigger the possibility of a huge upset here.
Null von 10, love 15.
Yeah. But now when she hits a winner like that, one senses a feeling of relief in her mind rather than the determination to say, right, now I've got it right, let's continue in that vein. This time it was too predictable. And Mary Jo had wisely anticipated it.
15-30.
And slid this one down the line with the two-hander. Very nicely indeed. Here, well played, Fernandez, hitting to a superb length.
15-40.
Two break points then against the defending champion and #1 seed. Volley wasn't quite as decisive as it should have been.
Einstein, deuce.
But at least the immediate crisis is averted.
Fortar, advantage, Graf.
First double fault of the match. There have been no aces as yet.
Advantage, Graf. Einstein, deuce.
Testing the ball. Thinks that one's gone a bit soft. Yes, wunderbar indeed. Such a short second serve.
Advantage, Fernandez.
Look at that. It wasn't even halfway up the service court. And it got the treatment it deserved. So for a second time in this second set, Fernandez has a break. And we again begin to think the unthinkable, that Graf could lose this match. We'll be back for more from Berlin after this. To Eurosport's coverage of semi-finals day at the Lufthansa Cup, the German Open in the Rottweiss Club in Berlin. Mary-Jo Fernandez leading Steffi Graf, the #1 seed, by a set 6-4 and 4-3 with a break in the second. So, real thoughts of a huge, huge shock. Graf has been in every final in Berlin since 1984, 85, she was runner-up to Evert. The champion in 86, 87, 88, 89, lost in the final to Selish in 90, the champion again in 91 and 92. That's Mary-Jo's first double fault. Last time Steffi lost prior to the final in this tournament was 1984, when she lost to her fellow German Claudia Koda-Kilsch 6-3, 6-love in the quarterfinals. But is talk of defeat premature?
40.
3 points to level off this set at 4-all. For all it is. And that's the first love game of the match.
Second set.
Few of the German supporters in the stadium breathing rather more easily after that game. An hour and 42 minutes they've been on court now. 4-all second set. Fernandez always in charge in the rally and kept her cool so well.
Love 15.
Refused to allow Graf back into it. Well, once again, the drop shot paying excellent dividends so far as Steffi's concerned. Mary Jo gave that one up for dead. Maybe a fraction too easily. Yeah, that's a fine riposte. A good return, and Graf has won 8 of the last 9 points.
Zweiter Satz. Graf leads 5-4. Second set.
So, is the German really going to fight her way back into this match?
Yeah.
She's won 3 successive games to answer the run of 3 that Fernandez had immediately before that. Steffi has come from a set down. Remember this week, we lost the opening set 6-love to her fellow German Sabine Hack in the 3rd round. Mary Jo hasn't dropped a set all week. Her victories, she beat Isabelle de Mongeau of France 6-love, 6-3. Judith Wiesner, the Austrian, 6-2, 7-6, winning the tiebreak 8 points to 6. And in the quarterfinals, you may have seen it here on Eurosport yesterday, beat Nathalie Toziar of France 6-2, 6-3. Steffi's other victories in the 2nd round. Top 8 seeds here all had byes in the 1st round. She beat Florencia Labat of Argentina 6-love, 6-2. Then Sabine Hack, love 6-6-3, 6-2, and then Maggie Maleva, the youngest of the Maleva sisters, 6-2, 6-3. Keeping cool inside the clubhouse, inside the offices. Yes, and I think cigarette consumption amongst the crowd has gone up quite noticeably as Graf has struggled. But it's Fernandez now under pressure, serving to stay in the 2nd set.
First service.
Oh, that's a wonderful overhead from Mary Jo.
Fontaine, 15 love.
Graf had really hoisted this lob very high despite stumbling as she went for the shot. And look at how deep Mary Jo is when she hits that winning smash. Now that took courage.
Fontaine by 15 all.
Well, that catches me by surprise.
Fontaine Dorothy, 15-30.
But no great protest from Mary Jo. And no reaction from Steffi. I must confess I was surprised by that call, though. Although our position, watching it on the camera, far from perfect.
Fontaine 30.
Now then,
15-40.
2 set points for Steffi Graf. And suddenly, like all great champions, when threatened, they pull out that little bit extra. And the tension on the occasion seems to have got to Fernandez a little bit. A bit tentative in the last couple of rallies. And Graf is level. Peter Graf just in the middle of that shot with Klaus Hofsass on his left. Klaus, the captain of the German Federation Cup team. And both of them will be feeling rather relieved at the moment. Graf hadn't won 3 successive games, let alone 4, prior to being 2-4 down, but now she has. And she's serving with new tennis balls the start of the deciding set. It'll be interesting now to see whether Mary Jo, with the pressure taken off her a bit, the pressure of leading, the pressure of expectation, can hit freely again. And interesting too to see whether Graf can maintain her concentration or will suffer a little letdown. Overdoing the drop shot now. And again, too deep. Well, this is much more orthodox play from Steffi, cutting out the drop shot and being presented with a very simple volley as a result. to be absolutely perfect.
On the 15-40.
Precision lob, this one. Right into the backhand corner. Second ace from Graf.
30.
And a second double fault from Graf. And so having played herself out of trouble, but John Bryson is just asking the linesman to confirm the call. He does so. And so Graf, having played herself out of trouble, has played herself back into trouble. And Fernandez has a break at the start of the final set. We'll be back in a moment.
Opening from the 24th of May, live on Eurosport.
Roland Garros.
Steffi Graf then. Love one down, final set. Which means, of course, that Mary Jo Fernandez has a break of serve. This is Eurosport and our coverage of the semi-finals of the Lufthansa Cup in Berlin. Still to come this afternoon, the second semi-final featuring Conchita Martinez and Gabriela Sabatini. I was chatting earlier today before play got underway with my Dutch colleague Ted van der Meer. We were all anticipating that that would be a long match, Martinez against Sabatini. Not this one. Shows you how much we know about the game, doesn't it? Well played.
Final 15-all.
Graf had anticipated this shot to the backhand corner. Fernandez didn't panic, and the attempted pass was too high. Nicely angled volley. Oh, and that's a great shot. Graf, the first to acknowledge it. Going over the high part of the net, that one. There's a 6-inch difference in height at the net post compared with at the centre strap.
First to this. Spiel. Game Fernandez.
Well, Fernandez has got rid of some of her inhibitions.
And it's final. Fernandez leads 2 games to love.
That seemed to affect the American when she led by a set and 4-2. Graf has had a bit of a letdown from winning 4 successive games. Now then, once more, the German finds herself 2 games in arrears.
Fontaine, 15 now. Fontaine by 15-4.
It's a couple of very cunning lobs Fernandez has played in the last couple of games. Not the best of approach shots, this from Graf. Very short. Fernandez had so many options open to her. So we've just gone past the 2-hour mark in terms of duration of the match. Well now, 1 break of serve in a clay court match is not too disastrous, but if Graf was to fall 3-love behind with 2 breaks, once again we'd start thinking the unthinkable, that she would lose before the final. But she might well. Fernandez has that double break. And a 3-love final set lead. Who would have believed it when Graf won 4 games in a row to level at a set all? Don't go away.
Ach, eine neue Uhr?
Das Allerneueste. Eine Funksolar.
Eine Funk was?
Also, Funksolar geht nicht nur funkgenau, kein Aufziehen, kein Einstellen oder Umstellen auf Sommer- und Winterzeit.
Sondern?
Auch keine Batterien. Den Solarzellen genügt normales Licht.
Und wo kriegt man sowas her?
Von meiner Frau.
Junghans. Uhren mit Ideen. Jetzt neu. Die Mega Solar von Junghans.
Mary Jo Fernandez serving 3-love up in the final set against Steffi Graf in the semi-finals of the Lufthansa Cup.
First is
Yes, I think he caught the outside of the line.
15-30.
Well, that's one of those bread and butter shots that 3 or 4 years ago you would have expected Steffi to pound away for a winner 9 times out of 10. Nope. So a real opportunity for Graf to get one of the breaks of serve back.
Speed game, Graf. Fernandez for dry ice. It's a set. Fernandez leads 3 games to 1. Final set.
Well, is she tightening up once more at the prospect of victory? Just been in one final this year, Mary Jo, where she won in Indian Wells against Amanda Kurtzer, the South African. In the final set tiebreak, winning it 8 points to 6, so a desperately tight match. Graf has been in 5 finals this year. Won 2 of them, Delray Beach and Hilton Head, and lost 3, the Australian Open, Key Biscayne, the Lipton International Players Championship, and the Citizen Cup in Hamburg, which you may well have watched here on Eurosport. I think that one caught the centre service linesman. And that return certainly caught Steffi Graf flat-footed. Eight of the last 10 points have been won by Graf. And she's back in the match once more, although she's still a break of serve behind. Steffi's record here in Berlin, 44 wins and 3 defeats, 2 in the final, to Chris Evert in 1985 and to Monica Seles in 1990. That was the first time Seles had ever beaten Graf. I remember being fortunate enough to commentate on that match for BBC. And the other one, the quarter-final loss to Claudia Koda-Kilsch, a fellow countrywoman, way back in 1984. And Steffi is what? I'm just trying to work it out. 14? Yes. 15. 15. This was never my strongest subject. I did my A-levels in the arts, not the sciences. Can add up, though, that it's Fernandez serving 3-2 in front, final set. Well, a real moment for the American to dig deep. Having lost a good lead in the second set, she desperately doesn't want to repeat.
$15-40.
2 points to level it off at 1 set all and 3 games all. Oh, that's terrific play from Fernandez. Good serve, a couple of superb ground shots, one from each wing. She really did play this point well, the American. And on a break point too. Just off balance there, lost her footing a little bit.
Graf.
Third time then, Graf has a break-back point. And this one feels now could be a really key game. how quickly what looks to be a convincing lead can slip away. So all logic now suggests that the momentum is with Graf and she should go on to win this match. But all logic before this match began suggested she'd win easily. And those of you just tuning in, this is the 10th match these two have played, and Fernandez had never before won a set. Oh my word. And there wasn't any logic at all in that particular shot. Is Graf having another one of these little letdowns, a lapse in concentration, thinking the hard work's been done? My word, that was a brave shot to play, considering the hash she'd made of the drop shot on the first point.
15.
Hardly the percentage shot to play. Her heart must have been in her mouth when she played it. That's more like it.
Alright, 30 all.
Out. The right shot to play, but the execution poor. Just out. Called out. I don't think the Graf forehand mattered. It certainly was called out. Fernandez having a long look. Bryson saying he saw it. I tell you, there'd have been a riot here if, considering that Graf came up with a winner off the shot anyway. The point had to be replayed. Oh yeah, that's clearly out. So the officials who had a nightmare at the start of this match have now settled. 1 set all, 3 games all, and deuce. That's cleaned the line, I think. It's definitely a time for biting one's nails if you're a Graf supporter, or for that matter, if you're a Fernandez supporter.
Advantage, Graf.
Couple of good points there for Graf. It's a long time since she's been ahead in this match, since she led 3-1 in the first set. But she's ahead again now, and she's won 4 successive games. We're going to take a break and be right back after this. Mary Jo Fernandez, she's lost 4 successive games. She was 3-love up in this final set. Now she's 3-4 down. And a few more backhands like that from Graf will ease the Americans' task. You're watching Eurosport. This is the first semi-final in the Lufthansa Cup at the Rot-Weiss Club in Berlin. Second semi-final will feature Conchita Martinez and Gabriela Sabatini. Oh, what a shot that is from Fernandez. Going for broke on the stretch and making it. Graf had really moved her around. This is a fabulous forehand. Slightly more purposeful look in that walk from Graf. From 40-love to 40-30. And now another one of those key moments. Graf just urging herself on. She knows now that this has become another of these so important games. That's out. So a point then for a 5-3 lead for the defending champion. And she has it, and she'll serve for the match. Fernandez maybe just a fraction slow to recover from the forehand. They've been playing for almost 2.5 hours, so it's not surprising that she may be a little weary. And she really had to stretch for that. The racket head got below the level of the wrist. She lost control of the racket head, and she lost the game. And maybe, after all, she's going to lose the match. Of course, it's a mark of a champion that you can win when you're playing badly, and Graf has played awfully at times in this match. But now she's within 2 points of winning it. It's all beginning to come right. And Peter Graf, well, he must have gone through purgatory in this match. But I think he'll be able to smile at the end of it. A third ace gives Steffi Graf 3 match points. And she's done it. Well, the delight at the end. It's been an awful struggle for her. Fernandez will look back at the chances she had. 4-2 up in the second set, 3-0 up in the final set. It's always difficult to beat a great champion, particularly playing on their home ground. Graf will be far from satisfied. She'll work very hard in practice tomorrow morning to try and put right all the things that were wrong today. But she has won and recorded a 10th successive victory over Mary Jo Fernandez. Graf through to play either Conchita Martinez or Gabriela Sabatini. We will have that for you in just a moment or two, but it's Graf the winner of the first semi-final in Berlin.